environment on employees. I was inspired to write this argument by Richard Nixon's address to the nation on Labor Day. He states, "In our quest for a better environment, we must always remember that the most important part of the quality of life is the quality of work." My research question was, how does the environment in which people work in shape their mentality, health, and success rate? Environment shifts over time, but the scientific and societal views remain the same, that work is done just for work, and that certain positions can lead to many issues within the human body, and later disrupts the amount of work completed by employees. Passion must be present in order to be successful. Success is not predetermined by social standards. People can amount to their personal will and be able to change how they perform. This can be seen in Albert Camus's The Myth of Sisyphus. Sisyphus is given a task to push a rock up the hill. At first, he doesn't believe that he should be given this task, but then he takes into account his environment and sees that the hill and his rocks are his and that he must be able to control them. Success relies on the place in which people work in. Judith Hurwegen, a PhD holder, states that people are becoming different and that workplaces, the work of collaboration is being less influenced. It is not right that we are pinning damaging conditions on people who make our products. Issues and Controversies has a source titled Sweatshop Labor. It discusses how offshore sweatshops are in bad conditions, and then that the people that are working there are being forced to work in hazardous areas with unclean tools where they are now becoming sick. Labor unions, which are right here in the U.S., are also another area of issue, where there are no high wages and harsh overcrowded conditions. People are now going on strike, demanding that they have higher pay and better working conditions, as they do not believe that they should be forced to work here if they are not going to be paid the most, even in the U.S., where labor is normally paid for highly. This picture depicts a sweatshop in Sri Lanka, a garment factory. As you can see, many people are smushed together where two people are working on a very small desk about the size of one of them in here. So if somebody gets sick, everybody else gets sick as well. On the right is a picture of people who are striking against the labor union, where they are now demanding that they must be paid higher in order to gain more rights for themselves and better working conditions. Along with more higher pay and better working conditions, there are the aspects of mental and physical health. Work environment greatly affects mental focus, as in suicide rate and depression are now beginning to rise. John Minwoo wrote for the National Library of Medicine discussing how suicide rates are now rising because people are being forced to work in small cubicle-like situations where they do not see the sun and they must take vitamin D supplements in order to get the necessary nutrients that they need. Workplaces need to reference this and need to realize that they must provide suicide counseling and depression counselors for their workers. We must also take into account emotional responses and beliefs within workers. People are reacting to change. Change is always occurring, and these workers are learning that they can step up and that they must change how they are working, such as I had said before, where collaboration is going down. Everybody collaborates, and this is beginning to lower within workplaces where people are becoming untrustworthy with each other. This is called the silo effect or silo mentality, where untrustworthiness and disinvolvement are becoming more steady in everyday workplaces. This graph depicts fatal occupational injuries within offshore workplaces in 2003 per 100,000 employees. As you can see, within the areas of agriculture and mining, there are the highest work injuries. These are the places that are that are working in factories making our products, such as our clothes, our toys, everything that we use on a daily basis. Some people may say that they are getting the most out of these workers by forcing them to work in these bad conditions, that by paying them less, they are able to get more out of the work, and that they do not want to spend money in unnecessary places in order for them to further the advancements of things. This chart depicts the cost of labor in the United States versus many other countries. Referencing Sri Lanka, it is about 0.51 cents to pay for work in a large factory, whereas in the U.S. it's over $22. So people are thinking that they are allowed to be forcing these damaging conditions on people because those people are needing to work and that they can just pay for it with this little bit without looking towards humanity and what is right. Without better conditions, workers are becoming unhealthy. And with these workers becoming unhealthy, they are not able to produce as much. So in the long term, companies are actually producing less than they thought they were. Some companies have already realized that they need to change things, such as Nike. Nike has changed their manifest in order to better fit their workers and change the environment in order to help them. Some solutions are funneling money into improvements and allowing workers to take more breaks, as well as creating a group that would assist in the rebuilding. So if these companies just shift some employees around and allow them to go and to fix these places, then they will get more out of their work. People who may refute this are the ones who are making the money off of the workers working so long, or the people who are needing to work so long in order to support their families. And companies may not want to change their manifest because it takes time, but if people want to make more products, then the workforce and the work environment needs to change. In conclusion, negative environments deplete workers' mental and physical states, leading to adverse effects on work success as people are not refueled and they cannot work as long. Poor work conditions must be changed as to help improve the lives of workers and success of companies. Thank you.
Okay, Lizzie, a couple of questions for you. What information did you need that you were not able to find or locate, and then how did you go about trying to find that information?
I tried to find, at first I was looking towards more, with the graph that I had displayed before that showed the fatal injuries, I was looking to see if there was anything that would directly show just in garment factories, but I couldn't really find anything. So I shaped my research around that and to support how it's not just the garment factories that are needing to change, it's work all around the environments that need to change in order to help fuel more better, safe environments.
Okay, and then your second question is, if you had more time, what additional research would you conduct related to the issue?
I would have probably included an ethical lens because it would show this is not right that we are pinning these conditions just on them, and fuel more time into that in order to show that this is something that needs to change because it's not humanly correct to put these conditions on people.